Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tito Clock. So please welcome your host, James Deacon.
And we're live. Hey guys, welcome to the show. It's Tito Clock. Woohoo! Yes, we're finally back. It's Tito Clock once a week on a Friday. So we've got an hour to spend, whether you like it or not. Okay, so it's me, Tito James, and we've got another big show lined up for you. Well, we try to always make every show big, but today we got Drew Arellano coming to the show, so I'm super excited about that. He's another fellow ISO certified Tito, just had himself a new baby, so I'm sure he's got a ton to talk about, and I can't wait to be able to talk to him about that, as well as a bunch of other things. If you've got questions for Drew, pop them over. We want to hear them. I'm sure he'd love to hear from you as well. So give us a buzz, drop us a line, and we'll ask him as well. So be part of the conversation. Make it fun. Let's do a quick shout out and greets to the early birds. Let's see who's out there first before we move on to our headlines and what's been happening throughout the day. We got Mayanne. Hi, Mayanne. You're always in here. Super nice to see you. Vincent Francis, Fernando, Lorraine, Santiago. Who else we got there? What else? Pearl, Iguban, Colo, James Trinidad, and a whole bunch of other people. Jennifer Ortega is there from YouTube. So where's Ghost? Ghost is not here. Ghost is not the first one on YouTube. Woo. Got to up your game, Ghost. Just kidding. Okay, so a big shout out to all the Tito Clockers who are tuned in from wherever you are. It's nice to have you on the show. We are, like I said, going to be talking to Drew Arellano. We've also got a mega prize to give away. That's a nice tablet that we are going to be raffling off. And of course, we're going to check out what's been happening around town. But most importantly, right now, let's kick things off with the headlines of the day. And for that, please welcome up the latest addition to the team, Chris.
Hello, Tito James, and hello, Tito Clockers. Good afternoon. It's a gloomy and rainy Friday today, and here are today's news. There are a total of 7,843 quarantine facilities across the country for suspected and confirmed COVID-19 cases, which the national and local government units have been expanding to prevent the spread of COVID-19 over the past month. These facilities have a total bed capacity of 125,000, but only 30,000 are occupied. Latest data from the National Task Force Against COVID-19 showed that quarantine facilities have remained largely unused. According to Interior Secretary Eduardo Año, only 1 in every 4 available quarantine beds in the country is occupied. As of Thursday, September 10th, there were 58,823 active COVID cases in the country. Año has encouraged those who have contracted the illness to stay in the quarantine facilities, likening it to a 14-day vacation with free food, medical checkups, and even Wi-Fi connection. There are also designated COVID-19 hotels for those who are willing to shell out money for better accommodations. In other news, the Bureau of Corrections has completely transferred the custody of U.S. Marine Joseph Scott Pemberton to the Bureau of Immigration at 11:50 this morning. Pemberton, who was convicted of homicide over the brutal death of Jennifer Laude, served only 5 years in a 10-year homicide sentence following an absolute pardon granted by President Rodrigo Duterte. A human rights lawyer says Pemberton's release after being granted absolute pardon by the president is a huge final blow to both Jennifer Laude's family and the LGBTQ community. Ateneo de Manila University law professor Romel Alim Abitria says it is likewise a brutal wake-up call to review the Good Conduct Time Allowance or the GCTA law and the institutions that guard the process of awarding executive clemency. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque believes that President Duterte gave an absolute pardon to Pemberton with the higher national interest in mind. Roque said he believed that the president was driven to grant pardon with the goal of ensuring Filipinos priority access to a U.S.-made vaccine against COVID-19. And now a Build Project update. Public Works and Highway Secretary Mark Villar said the Santa Monica Lawton Main Bridge is already finished and will be open in 2021. The 440-meter Santa Monica Lawton Bridge project is a four-lane bridge across the Pasig River connecting Lawton Avenue in Makati City and Santa Monica Street in Pasig City. According to Villar, the BGC Ortigas Link Bridge project, which is part of the government's program, is only one of 22 projects aimed at decongesting EDSA and C5 and will also include a bicycle lane. It is seen to cut travel time between the business districts of Bonifacio Global City and Ortigas from 1 hour to just 12 minutes. They aim to finish the entire structure by first quarter of 2021. The project has the following components: the 440-meter Santa Monica Lawton Bridge, the 362-meter rehabilitation and widening of Brixton, corner Reliance Street to Fairlane Street, and 565-meter Lawton Avenue Global City Viaduct, which will traverse Lawton Avenue to the entrance of BGC. The National Telecommunications Commission, or the NTC, issued an order to ABS-CBN recalling its frequencies nationwide, including radio stations DZMM and MOR. The NTC decision dated September 9th also revoked all certificates of public convenience, which has given ABS-CBN the authority to use the frequencies. NTC Deputy Commissioner Edgardo Cabarrios said that once the Commission recalls ABS-CBN's frequencies, the media giant could still turn to the Court of Appeals. ABS-CBN's franchise expired on May 4th. Its free TV and radio stations went off air after the NTC ordered to stop its operations. The media giant ran to the Supreme Court in a bid to stop the NTC's cease and desist order. The Supreme Court dismissed the petition for being moot and academic in late August. In July, the House Committee on Legislative Franchise denied ABS-CBN's new bid for a 25-year franchise over alleged numerous violations. This is in contrast to what transpired at a Senate hearing where the network was cleared of such violations. On international celebrity news, award-winning British actress Diana Rigg has died at age 82, her agent announced on Thursday, September 10th. Rigg starred as Emma Peel in the original Avengers television series and Game of Thrones. According to Rigg's daughter, Rachel Sterling, her mother had been diagnosed with cancer in March. Rigg became a 1960s icon, winning Emmy, Tony, and BAFTA awards during her lengthy stage and screen career. Classically trained at Britain's Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, she also played James Bond's wife in the 1969 film starring George Lazenby on Her Majesty's Secret Service. In the later stages of her career, she won legions of younger fans and critical praise for her part as Olenna Tyrell in the hugely popular Game of Thrones series. On a brighter note, two celebrity couples, Diane Medina and Rogen Cruz, as well as Colleen Garcia and Billy Crawford, welcomed their first children on Thursday. Diane and Rogen named their firstborn Rodolfo Joaquin Diego III, who was born at St. Luke's Medical Center, while Colleen and Billy's son, who was delivered via home water birth, is named Amari. Both couples posted photos on Instagram to express their excitement as new parents to their baby boys. They consider their little bundle of joys as their answered prayers. And those are today's headlines, Tita James. Let's see what's in the inbox.
Yes, let's do that. Oh, again, congratulations to the new parents. I was just reading about Billy and Colleen. Waterbird. Yeah. That takes guts, man. What an incredible
and unmedicated.
Unmedicated, right?
Unmedicated.
Yeah, she was saying like, oh, at one point she was thinking, I think I made a mistake here, but she soldiered on, man. We've had Billy on the show, and he's such a sweetheart. So happy for them. That's amazing. All right, what do we got in the box? What's going on there?
Okay, so first up, we have some photos taken a while ago along EDSA southbound around MRT Santolan and Ortigas Station, because a while ago it was raining so hard. And so we have people stranded, I think.
Oh, I
Yes,
know. Yeah, this is normally it's a pet peeve of motorists normally when they go under the underpass and the motorcycles. I get why they do this for obvious reasons, right? Rain's
hmm
really hard. They wanna stay away from it or let it pass, but sometimes they end up taking two or three lanes, and that really gets the tension between the motorists and the motorcycles. So it's not on the money if it's possible to stick as close, not use up more than you need to while you're
that's true.
out.
That's true. We need more discipline on the road.
Yes, we do. All sides, not just two wheelers. Everyone, two, four,
Yes,
eight.
everyone.
Yeah. What else we got there?
Okay, so there has been a road accident along NLEX Skyway Stage 3 earlier.
That's bad.
So I'm not sure what car it is that went sideways.
Yeah, an SUV of some sort. If you zoom the back, it might be. It looks like an Innova.
Yeah, it is. It
That's an
is.
Innova. And I don't know how that happened, but it looks like maybe it was the truck would maybe change lanes while it was overtaking. I don't know. I'm only guessing
Possibly.
at this point, and I don't want to do that. But please,
Yeah,
guys,
possibly.
reminder: be safe on the roads. Be super safe. Just watch out.
Yes,
COVID anymore that you need to worry about. We've always had to worry about road safety, and it claims more lives year after year. So please,
that
always
is true.
okay.
hmm
Anything else before you go there?
And yes, next up we have the holes on sugar packaging.
Oh yeah, this is
So
written by
apparently it is a thing on for some groceries that
yeah.
they put holes on the sugar packaging. I have not heard of it.
I didn't
It's
hear
only now
that.
that I'm finding out about it.
It's my first time to find out about it too today, and it was an article I shared today
Yes,
with
yes.
my friend of mine. So he was the one who actually did the research on it and got the quotes from the supermarket association guides, etc. It has been a practice for years now, but it is not
Mm.
one. It's not a practice that is tolerate or should be tolerated because there's a reason why they keep them sealed. If they were meant
Yes.
holes, they would put the holes in them already. But this is to save space. So it's
hmm
not, it was done to be able to stack them and you don't get that air. And they've been doing it with chips, they've been doing it with flour, with sugar, etc. And of course, now with COVID-19, people are more worried about the contamination of the actual items as well. So, yep, if you see your local supermarket doing this, please tell them that, don't stop it. It's horrible.
Yes, that is true. It is unsafe and possibly unsanitary.
Absolutely. All right. Anything else there?
Mhm. Yes, we still have some more. A netizen caught on his dashcam a bus hitting one of the MMDA barrier and flew away on the scene. And I think
Okay.
he even hit one of the van traversing along EDSA. This is
Yes.
along Aurora Boulevard underpass.
Yes, at two o'clock, I think yesterday. Now,
Yes, two
I also
ish.
have to just a little quick shout out here because that was sent to us yesterday, and I posted it with the exact comments of the sender, and the sender had the time, the date, the plate number, and the bus. But I edited it very quickly and put a new one up because there was a slight mistake with the bus that went by was different to the bus he identified. So, it was up there for a few minutes and I do apologize. You saw that we immediately changed it. It was, yeah. So just in case you saw the first one, he
It
tagged
was the red bus, right?
it
If
was a
I'm
red bus,
seeing it
but
correctly.
he included a screenshot of a San Agustin bus, which has the yellow line behind. And
Oh, okay,
the
okay.
nation is very quick to point out that this is, I think, Trelly Bus or something. It's a different brand. This guy
hmm
happens to be a bus enthusiast. There's such a thing, and he pointed it out. And I thought, wow, that was pretty amazing. So thanks for that. And we don't want to get anyone, unnecessarily into trouble. But these bus drivers right now, um, they should. Why do they keep hitting these barriers? And then they blame the barriers later. So we're starting a campaign, Justice for Barriers. Because these barriers
Yes,
are always unfairly accused.
I know, I know. They have to be a little bit more responsible.
Yes, we have to definitely. And there's also another thing. I don't know if I can get it to X in time, but I was about to post this one picture again that was sent to me about the buses. So you've got the exclusive lane on the left, on the inside next to the MRT, but then
Yes.
all the other lanes were also being used. So I sent a message to Celine Pialago asking to confirm, are the buses allowed to use other lanes? And well, she said dapat sa bus lane lang po, and then but you'll double check with the DOTR. But yeah, it's very clear that these guys. I don't know if you can see it from there, but we'll post that after the show. I just wanted to get a statement from them first. Guys, stay in your lane. In other words, what would make it easier, Chris? I think if instead of saying bus lane, yellow lane, and other lane, just say smoking, smoking. Then people will understand. Yeah, the
most probably because it's mas simple.
All right. Well, we're going to have to leave it there. So thanks very much, Chris, for all the updates, and have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend too, Tito James. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
All right. That was Chris with the latest in the headlines there. So pretty awesome stuff. And before we get to our guests, we have what everyone also tends to look forward to nowadays, especially when it's on a Friday, because it wouldn't make sense to have it on any other day. It's Free Plug Friday. What you got there for us, X?
Hi, Tito James. We actually have a lot in store for today, but before we go there, I just want to say hi to all the Tito Clockers. Welcome to another edition of Free Plug Friday. Woo! All right, start up. We go to the main events, which is the main dish. Let's start with that. We have baby back ribs, 3 cheese baked macaroni, and spicy truffle pasta from Sky Brew. Which one did you like among these three, James?
I only tried the spicy truffle pasta so far, and that was really nice. Really interesting twist on it, because I tried the truffle pasta, but with the spice, and they got little bits in there that just kind of make it blow up with flavor. It's really nice. I'm looking forward to trying the back ribs and the 3 cheese baked mac.
Likewise, James, I agree. Truffle pasta was definitely something.
Are they from Tagaytay? How do they deliver?
Oh, that's the thing. Yes, these guys hail all the way from Tagaytay, but for deliveries outside of Tagaytay, they do accommodate customers, but only during Sundays. Hope you guys can also try them out. Price starts at 580 pesos for the ribs and 250 pesos for the baked mac and the truffle pasta. Sky Brew on Facebook and Instagram. Next, we have Nico's Baked Food Hub. These guys are from Malabon City who offer cheesy baked salmon, baked bangus, and baby back ribs. Price starts at 200 pesos for the salmon.
Good. That's good. Yeah, that's good.
That's pretty good. And 300 pesos for the baked bangus. So hope you can check them out. Nico's Baked Food Hub. Next, we go to Sachi's. Sachi's is actually a home-based baker who started her business out of pure passion.
I didn't know you could bake passion.
Me too.
But it tastes good.
And looks good too. Alright guys, Sachi's offers cookies, cakes, and she has just released her blueberry muffins.
I loved it, Sachi. I could taste the passion in there. So thank you very much. You can always tell when somebody does something with passion, right?
That's true.
Halata talaga.
Halata yan.
So keep going, Sachi.
Guys, check her out on Facebook and Instagram, Sachi's. Alright, next we go to Dip and Munch. These guys offer dips such as chili garlic oil and garlic crunch oil.
This is the one I like because it has no preservatives in it.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, makes a big difference because I like putting this on top of, let's say, the meat or fish or chicken.
Right.
And if it's got no preservatives and stuff, it just feels so fresh.
Yes. So, guys, hope you can check them out. Dip and Munch on Facebook and Instagram. Next, we go to Royan Camellia Couture. These guys were originally custom bridal and formal gown makers.
That industry got hit hard.
Very hard.
Really hard. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so and the good thing is they were able to be flexible, and now they pivoted to making PPEs and face masks.
That's how you do it in the new normal. That's how you pivot. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. When life gives you custom bridal and formal gowns in a pandemic, you make PPEs.
Hey, guys, I mean, good on you guys. Hope you guys can check them out. The masks are 100 pesos each, and the PPEs vary in price depending on the design.
These are nice.
Yeah,
These are nice.
good too.
But I've noticed that women especially are up in their PPE game to the point that they could wear this outside of a pandemic and still look good.
Exactly.
So good for you guys. You're all up in your game, and I love seeing people adapt and reinvent themselves.
Same here. Hope you can check them out. Royan Camellia Couture. Next, we have Cada Dia. It's actually a Cebu-based business.
Maayong hapon!
Maayong hapon! Yes, they're a Cebu-based business that offers a wide range of home decor for your bed and bath, kitchen, and other decorative items
This
for
is
your home.
nice. This is good timing. I'm
Good
just
timing.
doing a renovation now. Should be fixed. These are nice. They look like local handicrafts, but for your kitchen and bathroom. This is really cool. And they have a black series too.
Yeah.
Love it.
Cool. Hope you can check them out. Cada Dia Cebu on Instagram and Facebook. Last but not least, we have Protect Plus. This is also a Cebu-based business.
Oh, you buy na buy.
Buy na buy. And they offer disinfectants like bleach, dishwashing liquids, hand soaps, and other essential items such as sterilizing car mats, shoe covers, and even isolation gowns.
Salamat, bye!
Speaking of bye, guys, that's all we have for today for this edition of Free Plug Friday. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Hope to see you guys next week. This is X. Peace out.
Woohoo! We actually ran out of music for X. That's how much you had to share with us today with Free Plug Friday. I hope you got something from that. And hey, guys, if you like anything there, do support the Free Plug Friday, guys, because this is the whole point of it, is we're just trying to spread the love around and kickstart the local businesses, especially the smaller ones and the medium ones, but more the smaller ones. And we want to support each other. So if you have the option to buy from somebody that's within your community, somebody's trying to make a living for themselves in a small area, do help them out. It just all goes around. This is a time where we all got to kick in. So Free Plug Friday is available every Friday, obviously, and it's first come, first serve. You can send us a message on Instagram. That's Deaconitis, and X will take care of that, and she'll put you into the whole thing. We'll take care of everything everything for you, so don't worry about that. It's just our little thing that we just want to give, a little commitment to kickstarting things. And just to be clear, you don't actually have to send the product. It's just we want to help you out. So if you send, that's great. If you don't send, it's still fine. That's totally cool. And here's a guy who, now of course he didn't join us just for Free Plug Friday. That would be ridiculous. But we are very lucky today to have our guest, because you know what? It is Tito Clock, and we have our very own ISO certified Tito in the house, who's just turned 40. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome up Drew Arellano. Whoa. Yeah, wrong one. Here we go.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
What a show, Tito. What a show.
Yeah, you like it? We pivoted, buddy. We pivoted.
Yeah, you didn't just pivot, man. You just this is like a whole new level. Glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Drew, you were one of our most requested guests. Nahiya lang ako sa'yo because you're such a big star, man. And we had a little vlog, a little tiny vlog. But I know that I know we have a lot of common friends, common interests, and we just wanted to get big enough to be worthy. You like that?
Oh no, you've always been big, Tito. You've always been big.
Thanks for accepting, Drew. And firstly, I know it's less than a month late, but still a huge congratulations, man. July 18, I'm sure your life changed again. That's my brother's birthday. Twins and my son, July 16, man. So good people come out of July.
Awesome, bro. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Yeah, I mean, we've been very lucky with all three. Probably luckier with the third because she's been a sleeper. So she's been, helping out the mama sleep really good as well. And I think that because the two boys are sleeping with me now I'm feeling the pain because the two boys, they sometimes just wake up wala lang 3 in the morning and they just want to go out. So
you were that age once as a boy, so this is payback. In fact,
it's payback time.
Our parents say revenge is when your children grow old enough to have their own children. That's how
right.
My mom used to classify revenge.
I agree.
Drew, I think it's we all follow your Instagram posts and stuff. So obviously the joy of parenthood, we'll get to that in a while. We know how much it means to you and all that. I just wanted to ask you, how hard was it to do this under lockdown? I mean, July we were still MECQ pa rin, no?
I think.
Yeah, so there was restrictions. How hard was it to go through that process of having a child during such strange and scary times?
Well, one great thing about living within the CBD, it's that everything's close. So we live in Ortiga Center, and it's just like the hospital is just like 2 kilometers away. At the same time, we're so familiar now with like the medical city. We already know the guidelines. Of course, at first, initially, those monthly checkups. The first time that we had to do a checkup, we really had like, okay, what's gonna happen? Do we need to wear PPEs? Apparently, I just stayed inside the car, and my wife was the only one to go inside the hospital with the PPEs and everything. But during but when yes, anak, that's my number two. Yeah, that's my number two. But when when my wife was already feeling it, I think he was like 6 cm na yata or something. Those dilations. I brought her to the hospital, and I just you know dropped her to hospital. I actually went back to my house, which is like 5 minutes away. And when I secured a room now, because I couldn't actually be inside the delivery room, I had to secure a different room. Uh, I think people were like, okay, people weren't using PPEs. Parang okay, I guess. And I was actually asking the nurses around, parang uh, why are you guys okay? You guys are just wearing your scrub suit and everything. Yes, sir. This place is actually pretty safe. So I'm like, okay, all right then. So it wasn't all that. You know what I mean? I mean, of course, in our heads, we're always praying, lalo na because my wife's pregnant. She's giving birth, but it was actually okay. It was actually okay.
I guess the hardest part that I can see would be that you weren't actually being able to be physically there during the birth, the delivery. You were there for the first two, I imagine. Were you
Yeah,
able to?
definitely.
So, is it the case of, oh, I've seen two, I know how this works, or
No, 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 actually, you know what, Tito, it's funny.
yeah,
Parang I told my wife, maybe it's better then na parang I'm actually in the room just waiting for you guys. This what's so special about the third one? We actually just didn't know the gender. It was a surprise. So
I was gonna, yeah,
yeah,
I
it
was
was
gonna.
a surprise.
You left that deliberately to the very last second. This had nothing to do with the San Francisco fires, right?
No, 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 absolutely not.
You didn't want to start another one,
Absolutely
right?
not.
You're
No
like, oh,
connection
no,
whatsoever, Tito.
okay. But you left it how late? Because I read something, but I don't believe everything I read anymore. I want to hear it from you. How long did you leave it? When did you actually find out the gender?
Oh, I found out when
It came
when
out.
the nurses
Wait,
was pushing the baby into the room.
my God. Drew, this is a lot of people will be listening to this going, oh my God, that's so crazy. That's so what. But this was how it was done in our parents' time. The
Correct.
father waited there, usually outside in the delivery area, smoking, usually.
Usually.
Yeah,
Correct.
in the waiting room, because back then you could smoke in hospitals. But yeah, you didn't find out the sex until they literally handed it over to you and there was a physical check. And then, yeah, you were never in the room. So,
Absolutely, because my grandfather was an OB-GYN and my grandmother was a pedia. So
oh, man.
definitely, I know all about that. Yeah, definitely. That's why we're so lucky. Technology's on our side.
It is. But what made you decide that? Did you know the first two? When you first had your first two,
Oh,
you.
definitely. We had gender reveals.
Mhm.
Apparently, for the first, my wife said, "Let's do a gender reveal." I'm like, "Okay, let's do a gender reveal." What's a gender reveal? So, parang, okay, this is something new. But yeah, we had like gender reveals for both the two guys, but we just felt na parang okay, let's make it entertaining. Let's make it exciting, diba? For the
we,
third one. Mm.
we're not going to hold anything against you, but were you secretly hoping for a girl because you have your boys now? Or how were you just really resigned to whatever sex it is? That's it.
Dude, for me and for my wife, it was pretty much like we actually don't care because we just want the baby to be healthy. But of course, everyone's like, even my mother-in-law is like, no, it's gonna be a princess. It's gonna be a princess. Of course, everyone wanted the girl for us, but my wife initially was like, you know what, kinakabahan ako for a girl because I don't know how to take care of a girl yet. We're so sanay to take care of boys, but yeah, I mean, when the princess arrived, it was like everyone was just like so happy.
Well, even us. I mean, we're even just your fans, your friends and stuff. I mean, it's just a wonderful occasion to see this. I mean, to see somebody blessed. And you really seem like somebody to me that, correct me if I'm wrong here, but this is the vibe I get, that you really wanted to be a father, that this is something that, is like your lifelong calling or dream. Am I right? Am I somewhere near the mark?
Yeah,
Or
you're actually yeah, that's right, bro. I mean, you know everything, Mr. Deacon. You are absolutely right.
I actually,
But yeah,
believe it or not,
what's that? What's
I
that? What's that?
actually research my guests. It's a new thing.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's a new
it's an unheard of concept in journalism now. But if you research your guests, you tend to know more about them, and you can ask
ah,
more. Yeah, it might
you know,
catch. It might catch on.
I never tried Google before, so I'll probably I'll try that next time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually you
But
post and hope for the best, whether it's right or wrong. But I'm trying to develop this new style where you actually do a little research and then you post.
there you go. There you go.
Sorry,
I
go
got
on. Go on. So
No,
yes,
but
about,
yeah, I mean, I think back in the day, I've always wanted to be a father because of how my father treated us,
Yeah.
siblings, and he was the best father. And you're like, of course, you just really want to copy whatever it is that your dad was doing, and syempre, parang like, I think it's cool to be a dad, and I think fatherhood, the importance of giving time, putting that effort and time, with your kids is so vital, because I think we were programmed to think that way already, that family time is the best time. It's not work, it's not other stuff, but just having a family and just spending time with the family. That's why parang I was so excited to be a father na. And of course we didn't know that we're gonna have 3 kids, no? Such a blessing, such a blessing. So yeah, man, I'm just like happy, super blessed. I don't know what to do anymore. Just want
well,
to cry.
yeah, that's go ahead, dude. It wouldn't be the first time I've cried on the show. We've had people cry on the show. A lot of the viewers have cried. So don't worry, you're in good company here. No judgment hashtag. And I know I asked that is because I mean your relationship with your father was you're pretty open about it, and there's a lot of material out there about that. Aga, your dad, and how close you were. Is it true you shared a room with him till you were 20?
Yeah, till I was definitely till I was 20.
Like what was the circumstances? Why were you sharing a room till 20? Not that there's anything wrong with that. Just what was
because there was a bed beside his bed in the master's room, and then the AC was just phenomenal. The air conditioning system was just phenomenal, and we're both like thick skinned, and we love like cold areas. Like for example, when we'd go to I don't know, New York or whatever, we love cold water. We love to just like wear our undies and just like sneak under the comforter, but we just love feeling the cold. So of course we were also cost cutting because my brother wasn't living with us anymore, so I'd like, okay, Papa, I'll just sleep in your room. So pretty much that's how it started.
Dude, that's solid. That is really, really cool. I mean, I think every father would aspire to have a son that would share the room with them, willingly and not because they're forced. And what, if ever, I mean, like, what are some of the traits that you picked up from your father, because you admire him so much? What are some of the things that you
I maybe the humor, maybe the people person type of personality. Maybe would love to get his pagiging thoughtful, but I'm still trying to work that out, no, as per my wife. But yeah, I think it's pretty much like I just want to be around people, just want to talk to people, and
Yeah.
very, very, I guess I'm a very hugging kind of guy. So that's why during
Not
this pandemic, it's not I can't hug people anymore.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you must be suffering now, because that is something. There is no social distancing equivalent for that. There's no pivot for that. You can't. Virtual hugs suck by comparison. Yeah.
Well, we can wear PPEs, face mask, and the shield, and then hug for like a few seconds, and then just like throw the stuff away.
And so you're unfortunately your father wasn't able to see his grandchildren, right? I think your first was born. You were only married a year after he passed away.
That's right.
So now that we know the things that you picked up from your father, what are some of the traits, naman, that you wish your kids would pick up from you?
I guess the same. I think I would love for them to get my. I guess I'm just like I'm a risk taker. I'm like I'm gonna be on top of a cliff, probably look down one time and then just jump. I'm that type. So when it in business in everything pretty much I love taking risks because I feel that if you don't take risk, nothing's gonna happen to you.
I agree with that 100%. And it sounds like you took a risk. Forgive me if I don't know this part of your life, but I'm just piecing things together now. You said that your grandfather was an OB-GYN. It was a grandfather. Mother was a pedia, and then your father was a lawyer.
That's right.
Actor is kind of left field. How did that happen? 'Cause that was
well, actually, I actually started as an account manager for an advertising agency when I graduated college.
What year is that?
That was 2001.
Okay.
Graduated in De La Salle, marketing management. But I was so curious about, the advertising industry. That's why instead of going to the brands, the client side, I really wanted to, get creative and it's either I want to be a copywriter or creative director, but I actually landed an account management job. But yeah, there was this commercial there was this like VTR and they were asking me to do a VTR. I'm like, no, that's my job. I'm behind the camera, So we do TVCs, but then they're like, yeah, just do it, which I did. Cut the long story short, they got me for a shampoo commercial, and this, back in the day without social media, the shampoo, if it's a shampoo brand, it's pretty much like tri-media, right?
Yeah.
You got like TV, print, the works, radio, and of course you got your below the line, above the line, choo 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 choo. So it was like boom. And at that time, Tito Boy, my current manager, Boy Abunda, was still the client of my dad, who's a lawyer. And then one of their like breakfast sessions, they're like, Drew, I think this is the perfect time for you to step in to try out showbiz. I'm like, Tito Boy, that's not for me. And my dad is like, hey, you know what? Dude, you're done. If it doesn't work out for you, go back to advertising. I'm like, all right. So that's how I started.
Wow, that's an awesome story. I didn't know that, and now I do. So he was your dad's client, and then the rest is history. So you got your first big break, mga 2000. Was that 2? Did you say 3?
Around 2003. Because my first show was on IBC 13. It was I just did intros and extras of those old shows. It's called retro TV, so old shows like
sample
man. What were the old shows? Man, I forgot. The old on 13.
Was that
yeah.
13?
Pretty much the comedy shows of whatever. I just do the intros and extras.
Or like the sample of the show. Let's say if it was That's Entertainment, do us a voiceover.
No. I was actually doing like a chroma and everything, but on cam.
VJ-ish na for shows.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, wait. I think I remember. This is when you would introduce the shows coming up.
Yes, pretty much. Parang ganon. But it's just 1 hour. It's like IBC was re-airing old shows, and they got me to host that show. Okay. For 1 hour, and they're like, okay, balikan natin si whatever choo 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 choo. I forgot that the shows, of course. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. But that was like nearly 2 decades ago. So, but yeah. After IBC 13, I did GMA, which was a TV bopper show, like Click. That's where I met my future wife. Yeah. But then I was also doing news, but comedy news, which is What's Up on Studio 23 with Silavong Navarro and Tony Gonzaga.
Okay, okay. And then you met your wife there on the set, and the rest, as they say, is history.
There you
Wow,
go.
this is a fascinating. I didn't know all of this. I'm glad we're going through it. Um, you've been a star from like pre-social media and post-social media. What's the best time to be, a star in the world? Not even just the country, but
Tito, I really, it's funny because I really don't want to be a star. I mean, I was never really aiming to be there or wherever I am. I just really wanted decent work that I actually, I'm happy to do. I remember my dad this. I mean, just, dude, don't think about the money. Think about, where your happiness is at. Na parang if you're happy, then go. If you're not happy, quit. It's as simple as that. And I've always believed in that. I've always followed that mantra. But you're talking about in terms of where I am now. What's the best time? Is it pre or post?
yeah, yeah. If you could choose between, let's say you only had a choice to be a celebrity, pre-social media days or post-social media days, what's
Brother,
better?
social media. The power of social media is, this. It's pretty much a double-edged sword. We both know that. But
Yeah.
the power of social media in business is crazy.
And
So yeah, go ahead.
and even as an artist, for all the bad sides of it, right? You do have this one advantage where the platform it's your own, so you can never get misquoted. That's one good side. But then, also you can burn yourself, right? It happens all the time.
Definitely. No, it does. But that's life, right? I mean, we're lucky to have platforms like Twitter or IG or whatever, and we can actually earn from that as well. From wherever we are. That's the main goal naman, diba? Down the line, na parang you can work from anywhere around the world. And I think definitely it's because of social media. It's going to help us a lot.
And speaking of business, it's free plug Friday, so don't worry, you get this one for free. We won't charge you for this, but no. Speaking of free plug, business and stuff like that, you got into a business, Vamos, right? The socks, very
Right.
good sock, very very good biking socks mostly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks, Tito. It's actually we started with socks back in 6 years ago. We started with socks because we used to compete seriously in triathlon races. So one of our training rides, my business partner and training buddy Javi Olives and I were like thinking, all right, you know what, we can do something about it. Like I go to the bicycle shop, not buying anything. You just want to go and look around. Oh wow, that's a nice component. Oh wow, that's a nice bike. But because it's pricey, you don't get to buy anything when you go. I mean, most often than not. So we were thinking of, but with a price point that's sub $500, and then it's gonna change your outfit. It's gonna make you feel good. That's why we thought of selling socks for the first couple of years. But now, actually, what you're showing now on StreamYard is pretty much our new line. It's our premium performance line. Forza, yeah, we love it. Yeah, this is I love it. This is Free Plug Friday. Love it.
This, is this a passion? Did it start out as a passion project, or is this like, oh no, this is just a good business as well, or was it more you're trying
No,
to
no,
solve?
no. We were because I started being a negociante when I was 20 years old. So if there's an opportunity, boom, let's do it. Let's try it out, diba? I mean, if it's gonna work, it's gonna work. If it's not gonna work, then try again. So that's what happened. We felt that there was a market. We felt that there was definitely that demand. So we were so blessed and lucky, to have our own brand, so we can actually, have our own pricing. diba? But yeah, that's our bread and butter is pretty much caps now. Um, our, we've been supplying and just like launching caps left and right, and everything's limited edition. That's why people know this already. That if you snooze, you lose. That's part of our marketing strategy. But yeah, we're very happy that we make really top notch, high quality yet affordable products.
Mhm.
So yeah, pretty much
And then the brand itself, you created that brand, Vamos, that name, the branding, the profile, the personality. What
from
was behind
scratch.
it?
From
Hmm?
scratch, definitely, because my business partner kasi is Spanish. So I was like, he always says before we head out to train, he's like, "Vamos." Like, I really like that term. He's like, "What term?" Like, "Vamos." I'm like, "What?" It's so normal, not normal for us.
Yeah,
So that's how we started. With like, let's go, come on, let's go. So
I had no idea what it stood for until you told me, but it does have a connotation. It does almost have a call to action to it, right? You're right.
pretty much, yes.
Even if
Let's
you don't
go.
know what it means and whatever, sometimes words have a certain tone. And yes, that's why I asked you about it, because it's snappy. It's like, "Uy, vamos." It's a call to action. It's a decisive,
Correct.
something decisive. Do you still bike a lot?
It's funny because during quarantine, we pretty much retired from the triathlon scene back in 2016 when my first kid was born. But during the quarantine period, parang we felt na parang, oh, set up to bike again. Set up to ride the bicycle again. But if you're talking about motorcycles, are you talking about motorcycles?
Well, we'll get to that. Let's finish up with the
Ah, okay.
bicycles
Yeah, yeah,
first.
yeah. Right now, parang, I ride twice or thrice a week na naman.
I still do.
And yeah, yeah, lalo na now, bro.
Okay.
We're pretty much mixing CrossFit and endurance once again, and we're loving it because, diba, for how many months we've been stuck inside the house.
Yeah.
Now we can bike outside, diba? It's pretty
Yeah.
much mental. Yeah,
I still yearn for the day where we have a proper bike to work program, like a real one, not a makeshift
absolutely.
one, not one that's something that's really, because as a developing nation, it makes perfect sense. And it's healthy. There's just so many benefits to biking. Now, when you move over to the motorized bikes and the motorcycles that you also love, and everyone knows that, I had Ryan on the show, and I know you ride with Ryan a lot and stuff like that. And we asked him this question, and he looked like well, he didn't have the answer for us that we were looking for. It's like, how do you convince your partner, especially now that you have 3 kids? Do you
Right.
have any tricks on how to convince your partner that it's still okay to indulge in the passion when they feel that it's dangerous?
Well, Tito, I think I started the love for motorcycles back in 2010, and I told my family, I told my girlfriend back in the day, that okay, I'll do everything. I will invest in myself first. I will take the proper classes so that they'll have peace of mind. So that's how I started. What's great about my relationship with Ia is that she understands that I'm such an active person, and whenever I want to do something, I gotta do it. And then what's great about Ia is that she also rides, so that's a bonus. She rides big bikes as well.
You kidding me?
So
Wow, yeah, that's awesome.
so I let her, back ride one time. She fell in love with it. Lalo na when after how many years I started riding again. Bought a scooter, and then it was traffic. So, she back road, and she was like, "Oh my god, that was fast!" It's fast because all the cars are just like stand still, diba?
Yeah.
So she knows about the practicality of having a motorcycle. And I keep on telling everyone that you don't actually buy a motorcycle, you buy time. Nowadays, for me, my currency is time. I tell my wife na, riding motorcycles for me, as a commuter, I can leave my house later and I can come home earlier to spend time with my family.
Wow. Okay. Well, that sold, approved. Guys, were you listening? Write that down. Okay. That's how you frame it. Okay. This is the answer we couldn't get from Brian because he was like, "Father, what are you doing to me, man? You're killing me here." You know. Drew's got the answers for us. Okay, Drew, we got to sort of wrap it up because we're trying to stay committed to an hour show. But okay, you've been through so much. You've had an incredible career, very successful, and amazingly, scandal free in this day and age. You got to give points for that now. No, seriously. Before it was just expected. Now you get points if you're a scandal free celebrity for 20 years or so, almost. Never mind 20 years, 2003 ish, almost. We're reaching that.
Almost.
How does your life compare to how you envisioned it when you were a kid?
You know what's funny? My wife, it's pretty much the same mindset, no? Yeah, she was about to say, "No, I don't want to marry you because you're not the workaholic. You're unstable. You prioritize fun than work." And I told her, I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but I know deep in my heart that everything will fall right into place. We're gonna be fine. And I was like, I was believing in that. I had faith in that. So pretty much, like, I guess when I was a kid, I was just happy-go-lucky, carefree, and thanks to my parents for pretty much like programming me to be this way. But yeah, parang I never thought of the future naman na parang I gotta be successful, I gotta be ganyan. There was definitely no monetary objective. I just really just wanted to be happy and maximize my life. And everything just started falling into place. What's important lang talaga, if there's an opportunity, hey, okay, let's try it out. If you're not happy, okay, never mind. So pretty much.
Drew, that's awesome advice, man. And I mean that. I really mean that. I'm taking every word to heart because there's so many similarities between you and I in that. I also had no idea what I wanted to do, and I still don't. But I just know that I'll enjoy being happy, and I enjoy making other people happy. And happiness is a very contagious feeling. So when you do that, you really become a magnet for the world. And guys, trust me on this one. When you are a beacon of happiness, good things happen to you because people naturally gravitate and people want to be a part of that. And only good comes from good. So we're living examples. Drew had a life that was pretty much, it was either going to be accounting, account manager, etc. He didn't come from a life of actors, and yet he's become this. But more so, I think what we all admire you for right now is a family man. Drew, you really do live the life that I think all of us, well, we treasure. That's really the end of the day. It's the goal of being happy. And it's just wonderful to see. I've worked with your wife before, hosting, incredible host. I will hope to one day host with you as well because you're good people. And I just want to be part of that circle and get a little bit of that rubbing off. So thank you for joining us. You're an amazing
guest. You are the James Deacon of Hope.
The James Deacon of Hope. You know why? Because I have a secret weapon. You want to learn it?
Oh, yes, please.
Here's my secret weapon. You ready? Just keep it between us, okay? It's Raffle time! Woo! Yep. It's fail safe, man. This thing never fails. Every time you put a raffle out, you put a smile on strangers' faces. So today we're giving a raffle away, and I want you to just witness the happiness that goes on when we draw this raffle out. And in fact, let's give you the honors of pressing the virtual button. Okay?
Wow.
Okay, before we do that, I just want to thank Bridgestone, of course, for making the show possible. Thank you, Bridgestone. They now have a 3-in-1 promo. If you buy 3 tires, you get 1 tire free. But more than that, this promo helps people who need more hope. We've just been talking about hope and happiness, and this program will help get that. So you get your tires, and you get to help people out as well. So let's bring on that happiness X, because this is guaranteed. And this, while we're waiting for the software to pull up the name, is really the whole motivation behind this raffle, is because you get to be a part of a complete stranger's pure happiness. And it's unbelievable. So just reach over, touch your camera thingy over there, and we'll pretend that's a virtual button. Wait, careful, not that, not that. Oh, okay, go. Yeah, yeah.
No.
Oh my God, that's it. Too late now, dude. Can you hear it?
Yeah. Feel the heartbeat, bro.
I don't know what you start, man. This is gonna. Oh man. Rock.
You know what? I don't know how to pronounce the first name, but I'm just clapping my hands.
Yeah, I thought I was the only one. I was waiting. Sigina, if I keep quiet long enough, Drew will try and pronounce it. And he didn't.
MJ.
Hey, Martin. Very good. So thank you very much. Congratulations, MJ Martin. You got yourself a Lenovo tablet, perfect for this distance learning thing. Drew Arellano, you've been an absolute pleasure to have on the show. Thank you. Keep inspiring and continue being a blessing to others, bro. We're all so happy for you, and regards to the fam.
Thank you so much for having me, Tito James.
Peace out, brother. Drew Arellano, what a gentleman. Guy who's got his priorities all sorted out. You know, sometimes you don't really need to look very far to find happiness. Sometimes it's really right there in front of you, and we end up looking a little too far. Sometimes just look around you and you'll see it. So thank you very much for that, for being the part of this show. Thank you also for all tuning in. It's been awesome. If you won, congratulations. If you didn't, we'll have another one on Monday. So we'll make sure that we make it up to you. Till then, be kind to one another and wash your hands. Bye, guys.
Fancy meeting you in my internet. Couldn't help but notice your smile. While everybody else around us is surfing about, can we just stop and chat a while? Get away from these gray and boring, lonesome days of our quarantine. Early yet to say what lies ahead. It's just the first day of the rest of our lives. Love could be waiting at the end of this quarantine. Let's stop and talk a while. Let's stop and talk a while.